Hello there and welcome to today's Tuesday tutorial, which is basically just some experimentation in some moon designs, should you fancy making some moon designs of your own. So I've got some really lovely pearlescent clay here from Sculpey Accents, which will work really well for the moon, I think. So I'm just going to pop some rainbow paper behind my work glass just so you can see things a bit better really. But I'm going to start by making a crescent moon with a little face on it. So I'll start with a round cookie cutter and just cut that out. And with a smaller sized round cutout tool, just going to cut into the side like so, which obviously gives a really good crescent shape. And I'll go in with my large ball tool here to create an eye socket. And I'll pop in some silver clay for his eye socket really. Just press that down again. And I'll pop in some white clay for his eyeball. So there we go, it just needs a pupil now. And to make him a little more sleepy, as it's obviously night time in his world, I'll just create a little eyelid and pop that on. Now I want to create a little mouth, so I need to basically make a tool in order to do that. So I've got a tea-light casing here and I just need some from the side really. Like so. So I'll just bend that ever so slightly. And now I can use it to make a little mouth shape. And I've made it quite narrow, but obviously you can give him a great big mouth if you fancy. So as it's the moon, I'll just want to create some crevices basically. And perhaps if you wanted to, you could make one in yellow clay so it looks a bit more like kind of cheese. So I'll just keep going with the crevices, but if I press down on them they resemble craters more, so I'll just add a few of those. And there he is, my little moon is all done. So for my second experiment, I've got some really nice graphite clay here, so it's almost but not quite black, and it's got a really nice sheen to it. So this time around I'm going to create just a nighttime scene really, and this might work as a pin badge or a pendant, you know, that kind of thing really. I need to make some charms at some point actually. I've been thinking I've not made any of those for my channel, so I'll need to perhaps have a think about those for some future videos. So this time around I'm making a much smaller crescent moon, so I've got some smaller cutout tools here, and incidentally there are a list of the tools that I use down below in description. So I'll just pop that on, perhaps into the centre. And I think my scene needs some stars now, so I'll just use my teeny tiny cutout tool here. But I want to make these stars even smaller, so basically I'm just going to go around and use the shape as a trace really, just so I can make it smaller and smaller as I go along. So I'll add a couple of those, and I'll add some dots as well just to give the impression of some really tiny stars. So I'll just keep going with those, and I'll add on some craters as well like I did with the first design. And I think this one's going to be a pendant, so I'm just going to add in a couple of holes. And I just need to make sure that those go all the way through with my ball tool. There we go. And I'll just keep adding some little stars really. And this might actually be nice in glow in the dark clay as well, actually, if you have any around. So I haven't used any mica powder for absolutely ages, years in fact, so I thought this might be a nice time to basically experiment with a little, because it adds a really nice sheen to the clay work. But I've only ever used it with Fimo clay, which is a lot stickier actually than Sculpey clay, so it'll be interesting to see whether it sticks to the clay. So now my pieces are all done and ready to bake. And at this point you'll need to refer to your own brand of Polymer Clay's baking instructions. And here they are, all baked and cooled, and I think they've worked pretty well as little experiments. Interestingly, I have reacted a bit to the mica powder. I have a condition where I react to various stuff really, so unfortunately this one's headed for the bin, but I think I'm going to make a pin out of the crescent. So I hope you enjoyed it, give it a like if you got this far, and I'll see you again soon.